Good morning, guys. It is Amy Bennett from the AM Show, showing up a little bit late this Thursday. Let me tell you, yesterday was a little crazy. I mentioned earlier in the week that I would have some late days with work, and I actually did. I worked through like 12 hours straight last night through like 8 or 9 o'clock. And the sad part is yesterday afternoon, I thought it might be super late, so I had some extra caffeine, and that kept me up actually till after midnight, even though I was pretty much ready to go to bed at like 9:30. So anyway, I stayed up late, but not because I was working, just because I had too much caffeine. But anyway, just because I was working so much yesterday after work. Scott has worked the last 3 days. I just spent a little bit more time with the fam this morning before they left for school. So, good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Gina. Thanks for joining. I just have a few minutes before I get started with work because I am running a little bit later than normal. But there was just a couple verses that I personally am praying this morning, and I don't know. I just wanted to offer it to you. It's just challenging to me. So I'll just pass it off to you. So Psalm 141, verse 3, just verse 3. Psalm 141, 3. I have one quick verse for you today, and it is a prayer. And it's a challenge. It says, set a guard over my mouth, O Lord. Keep watch over the door of my lips. Set a guard over my mouth, O Lord. Keep watch over the door of my lips. I wonder if anybody else needs a guard at their mouth. What you let out of your mouth. And I sure do. It is so easy to just, say what you want to say. And especially with your family, who means the very, very most to you, the very, very most to me. Those are the people who I want to hurt the least, but I hurt the most with my mouth. I say things to my family that I love the most, that I would die before I said to an acquaintance or somebody I don't know, or even a friend. Like, why do we do that? It's like the worst of ourselves come out with the people that mean the most to us. So I just want to say, first of all, and I'm seeing some people saying, yeah, same here. Yep, that's me. What we know is what is in our hearts comes out of our mouth. So this is really, truly a heart issue. This is truly a heart issue, is what is in my heart, and why is what I'm saying coming out of my mouth. And guys, it's been for some of these things that I'm saying, truly have had to go to counseling. It's like, I can see myself hating what I'm saying and what I'm doing, but I can't seem to stop it. And truly, some of that I've had to deal with somebody else, because there were heart issues that I couldn't see and couldn't deal with and didn't know how to deal with. So a counselor did help me with that. There's been some things that me and the Lord have dealt with to try to dig to the roots of why I'm reacting that way and why I'm saying things. And I'm like, I don't know. But so we know that it's a heart thing, but we also know there's this thing called self-control, that we can, while we're working through these things, we can do no harm while we're doing them, right? And so that's where I think it is, set a guard over my mouth, O Lord. Keep watch over the door of my lips. And it's a door. Sometimes doors can swing open, but we want to keep them closed at times. We want our words to bring life, especially to the people that are closest to us. So, goodness, that is my challenge today. That number one, that we get to the root of it in our heart, because what's in our heart comes out of our mouth. But also that we have ask God to give us some self-control to say, what's coming out of my mouth. I don't want to hurt the people around me. when I know I'm still dealing with stuff internally. So, yeah. And let me just tell you one thing that has also helped me, y'all, in the moment, I can hear, and this is something that God, this just being really vulnerable, open, this is something that God's been dealing with me lately. The Holy Spirit will tell me, that's enough. That's enough. Because this all often for me happens when I'm trying to correct my kids, and I don't just correct them, then I just give them my whole spiel of everything that I'm feeling about the whole thing, and I'm going on and on and on and on, and I can feel like the Holy Spirit will say, that's enough, you need to stop. There is such a thing as correction, but then there's this thing where you're just kind of like vomiting at the mouth. So I think the Spirit can help us in the moment, and if we would listen, and if He says that's enough, that we would listen and we would shut the door. Sometimes we just have to shut the door. So that's a struggle. I think it's a struggle for all of us. We tend to give our worst to the people we love best. So we're together, guys, like fist bump, like we get it. And so that's just a prayer that we can pray, some scripture that we can claim and pray to help us make it better. We want to love the people. We want to love people well. And part of that is how we speak to them. We want to speak life. And by the way, I've talked about this before, but if you've never seen the Rice experiment, the Rice experiment, Trim Healthy Mama has a whole podcast about it. A Rice experiment where you're speaking life or death to water, and it actually impacts. We have extreme amount of impact of the people around us from the words of our mouth. It's really insane. Look that up if you have never seen that before. Our words matter. So anyway, I saw some other folks join that I wanted to say good morning to. Tanisha and let's see, Kathy, Janelle. Good morning, guys. All right, I am going to go get my day started. Today should not be a long one. Tomorrow. Hey, Cindy, you were able to join real quick, or at the last minute here. My last minute, not your last minute, but yeah, today should be a normal work day, thank goodness. But then tomorrow I'm gonna have another long day. It's gonna be a really long weekend, I think. So anyway, part of the job. Grateful for it. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here and go get my day started. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. Bye.